Hi everyone, pianist Jeeyoon Kim here. Recently, I got this question, what is one practice tip that you swear by? And I was thinking, I have one too many. If I choose like 10 or 5 practice tips, that would be easier than just choosing one. But then I think about it and I know what that one practice tip, probably one of the most important practice tip that I carry along with all my career as a concert pianist and as a teacher for over decades. That is, no, that's not slow practice, although that is very important. That is, after each practice session, I write one encouraging, warm sentence to myself. Literally, I write it like, Jeeyoon, you did great today. Good job. Or sometimes I might say, I know that measure 36 and 7 are still tricky, but I think you're making progress. Good job. Or I could say, I know you're tired today, but that was great effort. Wasn't it great to connect with music? Let's try it again tomorrow. Or, oh, Jeeyoon, take it easy tomorrow. I can see that you're a little low on energy. You see, I think as a musician, whether you're amateur or professional musicians, and I find it's easy for us to be more critical and lean on to that harsh voice, negative voice, than listening to the positive voice. And if there's one thing that I encourage all of the musicians, regardless the level, is to cultivate the positive, warm persona within yourself so that you're always looking at this musical path in a positive light. Let's face it, playing instrument is not easy. Playing in front of people or performance anxiety or carries a lot of negative voices, especially probably mostly within our own head. And I think at the end of it, we are fighting against within ourselves. And at times you will feel practicing is difficult. At times you will feel discouraged by certain sections of the piece. At times you will feel not motivated to practice or too scared to perform in front of people. All of those things comes within your own voice. And no matter what we do, regardless actually, music or not, in giving that strength to within ourselves is very important skill. And I often image that as it can be a real person that you have in your life or had that gave you or gives you so much support and love. And talk from that place, that loving place. And I believe that when you write down, literally with your own hands, with a pencil or pen, and write it down on the piece of paper, gives much more strength and power from your just thinking. So I encourage you to start trying. Nothing to lose, right? Write one sentence from that loving, encouraging place every day at the end of each practice session. And hopefully the cumulative exercise, having that persona might help you with music or not related music in your life. So I highly encourage you to try. So that's my one practice tip that I swear by. As a side note, it's been a while for me to be back on YouTube in front of camera and talking to you directly like this. If you recall, I was most active on YouTube 5 years ago, exactly 2020, during the pandemic. I mean, YouTube was my way to connect with people, especially there no connection possible in person, or sharing music was basically disconnected. And YouTube, I was so thankful to have the form like YouTube for me to continue to connect with people. But then life hits, when I was overwhelmed by load of real life. I mean, I hope to tell you more about the behind the scenes of being a classical musician. It comes with that a lot of hours of working, period. So YouTube was very difficult for me to keep it up, and difficult place for me to keep it up. One of the form that I continually doing well and keep showing up is my newsletter. I write every other week, and that was one of the major way for me to continually connect with people outside of in-person connection, as well as my podcast. But YouTube, sometimes face showing and a lot of vulnerability. And, at the end of the day, I am more introvert. But I wanted to tell you that I will experiment with YouTube once again on my own term, little by little. So please tell me in the comments below that, welcome back. And also, if there's any topics that you want me to cover, I will try to create a video about it. I would like to share my process of practicing behind the scenes, love of pieces that I'm working on, struggles, writing process. I published my 4th book recently called Beyond the Keys. And behind the scene of that, how writing helped me to become a better musician. And all of that above. I find, in the YouTube world, they ask you to have that niche, whatever that is. And I have a difficult time with that because I feel that I keep transforming, keep evolving. Yes, I've been playing piano over decades and performing. But besides, around there, there are so many elements of Jeeyoon that keep evolving, and having just one thing that I keep showing up it was almost like blocking me rather than releasing. But then I thought maybe that's in my head. Maybe I could show up in YouTube and still be myself. So I'm curious too. So anyhow, I am here and I have some ideas to come back to you and creating videos and meet with you on YouTube platform once again. So good to be back. 안녕.